ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। We will chant the 10th verse of the first chapter. Please repeat. अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितम् पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषाम् बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम्। इसका हमिंग का कुछ कर सकते हैं? We had seen in the last class, which seems like a long time ago, Duryodhana is in a state of stress, unable to handle the situation, which is for him very unexpected. He never thought Pandavas would be able to mobilize an entire army and to relieve himself like a child runs to his mother. Same way, he also runs to Guru Dronacharya and he starts blabbering. हमने देखा कि वो कई बातें बोलता है और कई बार कई चीजें जो अपमानजनक भी हैं, जो इस समय पर एक गुरु को नहीं बोलना चाहिए, किसी भी समय गुरु को नहीं बोलना चाहिए, पर इस समय पर विशेष रूप से जो उसके साथ खड़े हैं, just morally attacking them in destroying their morale. And the last verse that he says, he expresses his overconfidence on one side with the beauty of the Sanskrit language. In those same words, we find that he also is expressing his hidden fears. हमने देखा पर्याप्तम शब्द के दो अर्थ हैं. एक अर्थ है कि it is sufficient, and another meaning is that limited. तो अपर्याप्तम तदस्माकम बलम भीष्माभिरक्षितम, भीष्म द्वारा रक्षित हमारी जो सेना है अपर्याप्तम, अनंत है, that is over confidence. and एतेषाम भीमाभिरक्षितम बलम पर्याप्तम, उनका तो सीमित है, छोटी सेना है. That is one way. But the other way is our army is insufficient and their army is sufficient to deal with us. So this is expressed in the same set of words, Paryaptam Pidametesham Valam Bhima Abhirakshitam. After that, one more blow he gives. Although he tried to soften the blow by enumerating the great warriors from his own army, and in that included three of the family, Bhavan, Bhishmascha, Karnascha, uh, Kripascha Samitinjaya, Ashwathama Vikarnascha. So he included Kripacharya, Dronacharya, and Ashwathama, three from the same family, and said, your family is contributing a lot to my army. But there also there is this my army. That feeling is still there. And then in this 11th verse, which is the last verse where Duryodhana is speaking something as far as the Bhagavad Gita is concerned, we will chant the verse and see what he says. Extremely stressed. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagamavasthitaah भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि. भवन्तः सर्वे, आप सब लोग, all of you, भवन्तः सर्वे एव, all of you do this for sure. What? Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthitaha. As per your positions, as per the designated positions, take your places in the army formations, and being in your places, being in your positions, what are you supposed to do? What are you expected to do? Bhishmam eva abhirakshantu. Through Dronacharya, he is instructing the entire army. And all these great warriors, what are you supposed to do? Take your positions and protect Bhishma from wherever you are. This is your only job. Telling to whom? Dronacharya. Means, I care about Bhishma's well-being. You may die protecting him. I don't care. But I want his safety. Because Duryodhana, although he said, Nayakaha mama sainyasya, all that he said, but he knew it was only Bhishma Pitama's presence on his side that all these great warriors assembled to support this side. Otherwise, nobody would be standing except his 100 brothers. Or maybe one or two dushta friends of his. That's all. Nobody else was there. Majority of the people, Duryodhan also knew that it was only because Bhishma Pitama he had come. So I want him safe in our army. He is the most important. And telling another person. So as though you are not as important, you protect him. If, let us say, somebody throws something towards us, or somebody comes to attack us, somebody comes towards us, and we go and hide behind somebody. What do we mean by that? You get hit, I don't mind. I should not get hit. I pull somebody and say, oh. So what does that mean? That you can get hurt, I should not get hurt. That is the exactly thing that Bhishma eva abhirakshantu bhavantas sarva eva hi. All of you must protect Bhishma only. Bhishmam eva. Only Bhishma. He is the only valuable person in my army. These are all connotations. This can. So he's so stressed out. He's not understanding that he's on one side. He feels that he wants some solace, some kind of, somebody to listen to him. On the other hand, he's insulting the same person. And then he feels, no, no, I have spoken too much, so let me say something nice about the person. And then again, huh, ending up saying wrong things. Stressful, when we are under stress, we tend to do this. And stress need not be only in the negative, even when we are very positively happy and excited, that excitement, there also we do such things. We say wrong things. We insult the person whom we don't intend to insult. So here, whether the intention was there or not, that is not the question. The question is he was under stress. He was extremely excited. So initially he came with lot of, I will kill all these people, I will uproot all these obstacles, and then I will rule over my kingdom. That is the right. And then now he saw this, so that extreme to this extreme. So this is the condition of Duryodhana. Now, in this very, very important point to note for all of us is that Dronacharya did not speak a word. He was silently listening. He did not move away also. He did not, show any kind of expression of interest or disinterest, nothing. He just patiently was listening. He knew that Duryodhan was blabbering. He knew it was inappropriate, but he did not speak a word. Often in life, when we do things and nobody stops us, we feel that we are right. Sometimes we are so wrong that stopping also is not useful. So people choose to keep quiet. So just because people are keeping quiet, even if they are guru, if they don't say anything, does not mean I am right. I have to keep on evaluating myself. Dronacharya did not speak a word. बट जस्ट बिकॉज वो कुछ नहीं बोले इसीलिए मैं सही हूं ऐसा मान लेना सही नहीं है. हमको आत्मनिरीक्षण करते रहना चाहिए. There may be things that, Dronacharya may have felt that what is the point of telling him anything? He is anyway going to do what he likes. So there is no point in stopping him. In spite of me stopping, he is not going to stop. Why unnecessarily create a scene at this time? Let it be. So sometimes our elders, or it may be our family well-wishers, friends, guru, anybody, they may want to stop us, but they are silent. That silence does not mean approval all the time. We have to remember this aspect, because as we had earlier discussed, Duryodhana's state of mind is very much comparable to Arjuna's state of mind. We will see that. Very, very similar states. But the difference of Duryodhana and Arjuna also will come out when we see Arjuna's case. How he started speaking, what came out from him, and how he dealt with it. There also, there is no response, or there's nothing to stop him. Nobody stopped him there also. Shri Krishna also did not stop. He also let him speak. हाँ बोलो, जितना बोलना है बोलो. So here also, Dronacharya did not speak a word. He just let it be. बोलो ठीक है. Blabber. If you feel better because of this, never mind. Do it. So a compassionate guru understands the mind of the Shishya and says, okay, so be it. But Bhishma Pitama was also, Dronacharya and Bhishmacharya's chariots were very close to each other. This Duryodhan went in between the two and he started talking. So Bhishmacharya also could listen to what he was saying. So Bhishma Pitama felt that now it is too much. He himself wants to win the war, and he is demoralizing his own star players. If I have a team of players and all the best warriors, if I demoralize them, which means I'm weakening my own team. What is the point? So Bhishma Pitama felt that this has to stop. But I cannot stop and say you are wrong, Duryodhan, stop it, because that's not going to work. That's the reason Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya also did not stop him. Second, at this time, we can't compromise the situation of Duryodhan also, because it's just about to begin. The battle is about to begin. Whatever he may be, but he's a part of the army and he's an important part of the army. You cannot compromise the crown prince status in the army. So, thinking all these things, what should we do to just, quieten him, stop him from this blabbering? What can be done? He, as he thought, he did something. Bhishma Pitama did something. This is also very, very interesting turn of events. So, verse number 12 and 13 we shall read now. Tasya sanjanayan harsham Kuru vruddhah pitamahah Simhanadam vinadyochaihi Shankham dadmau pratapavan Tata shankhascha bheryascha Parnavanaka gomukhaha Sahasaivabhyahanyanta Sashabdastu mulo abhavat. Then what happened? Kuru vruddhaha pitamahaha. The Kuru dynasty, which was almost the entire dynasty, was standing there in battle in either of the armies. Among those Kuru family members, Vruddhaha, the eldest one. Although the eldest, there was one warrior elder than Bhishma Pitama in that Mahabharat, who was his uncle. Bhishma Pitama's uncle was also there in that. He was the senior most as far as age is concerned. But in general, he was only addressed as Pitamaha. Pitamaha means Dadaji, grandfather, grandsire. So that's why by popularity, he was addressed as Kuru Vruddhaha, Pitamaha. So this was Bhishma Pitama who is referred to here. So this Bhishma Pitamaha, he saw that Duryodhan is actually destroying his own army. This is not right. And what he is doing is incorrect, inappropriate. Behavior also is not right. And absolutely not right with respect to this situation. So what happened? He felt that this Duryodhan himself is losing hope and he is demoralizing people. Now we should invigorate. Some enthusiasm has to be brought out. We have to encourage him. So now when we want to encourage, what do we do? Sometimes children, they are taking their first step. मुश्किल से वो खड़े होते हैं, फिर एक स्टेप लिया और फिर वो लेके थप गिर गए नीचे. As soon as they fall, what do we do? Everybody who is looking there, they'll all start making a lot of noise. Oh, ha, he, ha. And then the child is wondering, what happened? What's happened? So, इतना बड़ा हुआ क्या है? क्यों इतना शोर क्यों मचा रहे हो? We think that by shouting like that, that child will be, but sometimes the child feels afraid of that shouting only. इतना क्यों आवाज कर रहे हो भैया? अभी तक तो ठीक था. But we feel, oh, you should not get demoralized. Or, oh, come on, no problem, everything is fine. I said, when did I say any problem was there? The child is wondering. So we tend to encourage by making a lot of noise. And also, if somebody is, slowly sinking in hopelessness, to create hope also, whenever we cheer somebody up, it always involves a lot of noise. Cheering people up. So whenever, even if there is sports events or something, or some cultural event is going on, and when we want to cheer for somebody, then we shout, we make some noise and all. So he also felt that I have to cheer this Duryodhan up, and second is I have to silence him, which means that I have to make more noise than he is making. So that he stops talking at least. And secondly, also to cheer him up. Come on, okay, it's not so bad. We can deal with it. Get up. So he wanted to cheer him up. Tasya sanjanayan harsham. Harsham sanjayanan, to bring about, to enthuse him, to cheer him up. Whom? Duryodhan. So to cheer Duryodhan up, to enthuse him, to shake him off this despair. What did Bhishma Pitama do? Simhanadam vinadya uchaihi. He roared like a lion loudly. Simhanadam, lion's roar. Uchaihi, loudly. You see, the battlefield. Now, for such a small enclosed space to be audible, we have to use a microphone. We are doing this. There, it's an open battlefield, and we know the magnitude. 18 Akshauhini Sena means what we know, the counts. Such a huge and open. And there are so many, no, everybody is there, nobody is going to stand in silence. So there is some chatter going on, some weapons sounds are coming, horses are there, elephants are there, chariots are there, so much of sound must be there. In that, to be heard, such loud was his roar. Just imagine, and he is supposed to be senior citizen. Senior citizen making loud noise means heart attack. दिल का दौरा पड़ जाएगा, इतना जोर से मत बोलिए. Here he's roaring. What? Bhishma Pitama was not an ordinary person. He was Parashurama Shishya. Simhanadam vinadya uchaihi. He roared like a lion. And then he felt that is not enough. What should he do? He, in that time, people had, like every chariot had a banner and a flag. So from a distance itself, we could recognize, even if we did not see the warrior riding the chariot, we know from the flag or the banner, the insignia or the symbol there, that this chariot belongs to this person. So this warrior is coming. So we can recognize. Similarly, they used to have special conches, their own conches. And by the sound of the conch, they were recognized. Unique sounds. So Shankham Dadmau Pratapavan. He blew his conch. Uchaihi Dadmau. So the Uchaihi loudly comes for both. Uchaihi is in the center in the verse. So Simhanadam Uchaihi Vinadya, having roared loudly like a lion. Then Shankham Uchaihi Dadmau. He blew his conch loudly. Pratapavan, that great Mahapratapi Bhishma Pitama blew his conch loudly. Now, when armies are assembled in the battlefield ready to fight, the battle begins by declaration. And that declaration used to happen with blowing of the conch. In temples and all, just before the arati, they blow the conch. What does this mean? That arati is about to begin. So it indicates the beginning. So even in the battlefield, every warrior had their own conches and they used to blow, and that's how the war was declared, that now we are ready to fight. Now, Pujya Gurudev, at this verse, he explains, just to cheer Duryodhan up and silence him, Bhishma Pitama had to blow the conch, and that blowing of the conch became the declaration of the war. And for all historical purposes, the Kaurava army became the aggressor in the war. That is, they began it. Because always, whenever there is any bloodshed, it is always one question is asked: who began the fight? Although the first arrow is not yet shot, but who began? Kauravas. And what was it meant for? Not to declare the war, but it was to silence Duryodhana. It was to cheer him up. But they became aggressors. It was their aggression, unprovoked aggression. So, although everything, the undercurrents and whatever happened before this, they were only aggressors, no doubt. But even at the battlefield, the first step was taken by the Kaurava army to fight. Even there, the Pandavas were not the first ones. Even for any historical documentation purpose, also, on records, it is there. Simhanadam vinadyochaihi shankam dadmau pratapavan. As soon see, when everyone is assembled to fight, people, Duryodhana has gone there and started blabbering to Dronacharya. Everybody, there's so much of unrest. Just imagine. Just imagine. There is, we will be able to relate to not war situation, but another situation which we will be able to relate to is, we are all sitting and there is food served in front of us on the plates. It is all ready and we are sitting. But everybody is waiting. Like, no, when will we get to eat? Delicious food. We can smell it. We can see it. But now we have to wait because, there are great people who have not yet started. So I cannot just start. But I want to eat. So everyone is waiting, looking at the food. That when will it start? And if by chance at that time somebody says, Hari Om, Hari Om, oh, tuck, started. Everyone, because very happy, now we are starting, we are doing something which we have come here for. So just imagine, similarly, all these soldiers, they've all assembled with their all instruments and everything, all their weapons and everything. They are ready to fight. They have come there for fighting. All this confusion is among Duryodhana or Arjun. All these people had little bit of issues. Otherwise, the soldiers, majority of the warriors, they have all come to fight. So they are not going to think about, now what will happen and what will be the consequence of the war. They have come because their king has told you have to go there and you have to fight. So now they are ready to fight. And at that time, they are waiting that what is this? Then some chatting is going on here. When are we going to get what we are going? Well, so that eagerness is there already. And now Bhishma Pitama, although he did not blow the conch to declare war, he blew the conch for silencing Duryodhan. As soon as they heard what happened, Tatas Shankhascha Bheryascha Padavanaka Gomukha, everybody pulled out their instruments and started playing. Somebody had a conch, somebody had a trumpet, so entire orchestra, and they used to have an orchestra also. Wartime ragas were there. So to enthuse the soldiers, there were different tunes that they were playing. They used to have a war orchestra. I'm not exaggerating, really. So they would, blow their conches, drums, and all these different types of instruments in the battle. And everybody, Tataha Shankhascha, Bheryascha, Panava, Anaka, Gomukhaha, all these different types of instruments. Sahasa eva abhyananta. Abhyanyanta. Sahasa eva, suddenly, instantly, all these instruments started playing, thinking that Bhishma Pitama started. And there was suddenly, in no time, there was so much of noise. Sashabdaha tumulaha abhavat. That sound that was created by the entire army, just imagine 11 Akshauhini Sena, is playing different types of instruments. Everyone did not carry an instrument. Some people had their sword and shield, so they used to just beat that. That also would give. So everybody was making sound. Now it is making sound was legal for some time to declare war. So everybody talk tuk 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 tan tung 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 tan 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 tan, everything happening. And Sashabdah Tumla, the sound that the whole Kaurava army made was deafening. So much of sound suddenly. Now the entire army became the aggressor. Now, see, Sanjay is narrating, we should not forget where it started from. And Sanjay is narrating. And what was the question? Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kim Akurvata. What did they do having assembled there? So when he's Mamakaha Pandavaha, so now he started with, okay, Mamakaha, you want to learn? No, I start with Duryodhan. He did like this. So then he got the entire attention of Dhritarashtra. So how to communicate also. Otherwise, he would be disinterested. Okay, what are you talking now? Tell me about my Duryodhan. So started only with that. Duryodhan did this, and he spoke like this. He did like this, and Dhritarashtra, he's an intelligent guy, so he knew that this was not appropriate. He should not have spoken like that. All this deep down, he knows. Although he would condone all these things, but still inside he knew that this was not right. So he was already in that. So then now naturally the mind will ask a question which did not come out. But see, this is the way Sanjay communicated is something that we need to learn also, that the natural demand of the mind he was addressing. So first Duryodhan, he went to Dronacharya, he said like this, and then because he was saying too much, then Bhishmacharya did this, then there was so much of noise and it was deafening sound. Okay, now I think after all this happened and from our side the war got declared. Okay, then when from our side war gets declared, did they reply? What did they do? Mind is demanding about a report of the other army also. Mama Kaha, you said, okay, okay, okay. Pandava, tell me about them. What happened? Now, Sanjay could have straight away said, from the Pandava side also, the war cry reply came, the response came, and everybody there also made a lot of noise. That was all he had to say. But for that, several shlokas as a build up. It is not simple. They also made a lot of noise. Over. No. This is communication. And that too, here we can also see to some extent that Sanjaya's heart was also little bit drifting towards Pandava's side. So very beautifully, he said, now this is, no, this first chapter I told earlier also, it has a lot of drama. This verses. Amazing. Shloka number 14 is a pakka drama verse. What is it? Tatashvetayirhayayiryukte mahati syandane sthitau madhavah pandavaschaiva दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्मतुः. We all must have watched a few movies, especially Hindi movies, Bollywood movies. Even Hollywood movies also have this kind of drama. You must have watched that there'll be the hero, when they have to show the hero, they will not straight away show the face. There'll be a small child. Then he'll be doing something. Then he will run. And then when he's running, they will show the feet. Tuck, 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 tuck. And then slowly the feet will become big feet. Then he's running there. Only running that. and then slowly the camera will pan upwards. Then they will show the hand. Huh? Then slowly from behind they will show he's running. Then they will show a long shot, he's running. Then after it, slowly from the front, from the bottom, dun, 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 tsh. And then in the theater, everyone is like, ah, whistling and clapping. Oh, hero has come. Exactly the same thing. So now modern movies are made learning from Gita only. So Gita has even filmmaking tips. Now, what more do you want from Bhagavad Gita? Every field. So where does camera start? Tata Shvetair First, white horses. Look at the camera. The camera is from the sideways. Okay, it was there showing Duryodhan, then Dronacharya, then both of them. Then after that went on to Bhishma Pitama, and then there's a zoom out in the entire Kaurava army. Then slowly the camera is panning from Kaurava army to the Pandava army. So it is coming slowly. So the Kaurava army is there, and it is coming. So now first, what will you see in the camera? The horses. Tatashvetair majestic, four huge, beautiful horses. Acha. Then white horses with black ears. Arabian horses. Now, that time Indian horses were better than Arabian horses. Okay. Shvetair. Acha. Then not the face. Then the chariot. Mahatisyandane sthitav, yoked to these white, beautiful horses was a very grand chariot. See the description. It's a pen picture. Horses, then the chariot. Mahatisyandane. In that chariot also. Now, from the chariot, now you can see the side part of the chariot, the wheels, etc. Then slowly the camera moves up. Now, when you go, it has come from here, showing the chariot, then now slowly move up. So, when you move up, what do you see? First, the charioteer. Because charioteer is a little is sitting in front also and little lower level also. So, the camera is moving. You have to see this is the visualization. Otherwise, we'll miss this. So, tatashvetairhayairukte mahatisyandane sthito madhavaha. बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. Madhava, charioteer. Then still camera is going up, little bit of zoom out to get both of them in one frame. Pandavaschaiva, and Pandava, that is Arjuna. Look at what drama. Such beauty, what an entry. Hero's entry is like this only. Otherwise, Drishtva tu Pandavanekam Vyudham Duryodhanastada. There the word Raja was used. Raja, Vachanam Abravit. The word was used. But what was the entry? Duryodhan went to Dronacharya and he started blabbering. Very good. Here, you see the build-up. Means, now comes the entry of the hero. There was no description of Duryodhana's horses, no description of his chariot, no description, no name of his charioteer, nothing. So what, he walked and went? No, he didn't walk and go, but it was not important because side character. He was not even the main villain. How much important? But here, Satashvetairhayairukte Mahatisyandane sthitav Madhavaha Pandavaschaiva. Then what did they do? They just heard the war cry from that side. So what did they do? Divyau Shankau Pradadmatuhu. They both also blew their own conches. But There, Shankham Dadmau Pratapavan. He blew his conch. Here, Divyau Shankhau Pradadmatuhu. Pradadmatuhu means blew it very beautifully. Prakarshena Dadmatuhu. So there is an adjective to it. Pradadmatuhu. There only Dadmo. And that too only Shankham. Here, divine conches, not ordinary conches. See, everywhere in any story, wherever you talk about the hero, it will be on all superlatives. And here it is not exaggeration. Here it is a fact. So Divya Shankha, divine Shankha of both of them, and they both blew their conches. Divyau Shankhau Pradadmatuhu. Acha, divine conches. Oh, so tell me more about it. So we are intrigued. Okay, tell me. This seems to be some very important character here. Tell me a little more. Now, see, look at there, one shloka, it was over. Divya Shankha Pratapava, Dadmo Pratapava, Shankham Dadmo Pratapavan. And after that, one shloka that all of them started blowing their conches and it was deafening. Over. Here the conch blowing also is elaborately described. What is it? We'll see. Panchajanyam Hrishikeshah Devadattam Dhananjayah Paundram Dadmau Mahashankham Bhima Vrkodaraha Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakula Sahadevascha Sughoṣamani Pushpakau. And not only that, they had divine conches, their conches had names. Such description. Acha. Now what? Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divyau Shankhau Pradadmatuhu. Okay. So Madhava, what did Madhava play? What did Arjuna Pandava play? So here, Panchajanyam Hrishikesha. Hrishikesha means one who has curly hair, or also the one who is the master of senses. Master of senses also has two meanings. Master of senses means one whose senses are under our control, or the other meaning is one because of whom the senses are doing their job. That consciousness, that sentiency, that life principle, that is Hrishikesha, Lord Shri Krishna. So that Hrishikesha, he blew his conch, the divine conch named Panchajanya. Panchajanya name itself was enough, everybody knew about it. And there is a legend behind it also, that he went under the ocean and there was a asura who was hiding in that shankha. He brought him out and killed him. And then, as a souvenir of that victory, he took that shankha. So it was that shankha one blows means that signifies victory. Bhagavan blows his conch means what? That it is victory. Vijay Ghoshana. So Panchajanyam Hrishikesha. Sri Krishna blew his conch, which is named as Panchajanya. And Arjuna Devadattam Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya. Arjuna's name. Many names are there. Dhananjaya means a very good fundraiser. Really? And for what? For yajna. Now we are raising yajna for Jnana Yajna fundraising we do. Huh? Gurudev taught us fundraising also, and Jnana Yajna also from the Bhagavad Gita only. And Mahabharata, we see Arjuna was very good fundraiser. So wherever he went, he raised a lot of fund, because to conduct a Rajasuya Yajna that Yudhishthir wanted to perform in Indraprastha, they needed funds. So he went all in all directions and he raised a lot of fund. That is why he's called Dhananjaya. So this Dhananjaya, who is very, very popular, he was known in all lands because he went everywhere, and everyone contributed towards this. So that kind of Dhananjaya, and he did not take away. Okay, people gave him with love. He said, "Oh, we also accept the sovereignty of uh, Yudhishthir Maharaj, and we willingly give this." So this Devadattam. This Dhananjaya played or blew his conch called Devadatta, means given by the Lord only. That is a Divya Shankar. So Panchajanyam Rishikesha Devadattam Dhananjaya. Acha. Then Yudhishthira. What did Yudhishthira blow? Yudhishthira had a conch which was called as Ananta Vijaya. Never can be defeated. Ananta Vijaya. His conch and he himself also. Even nobody, could succeed in so many places where he succeeded. He has never seen defeat because he was always on the right path, the path of righteousness. Ananta Vijayam. Acha. And here, earlier he had said that Raja Vachanam Abravit for Duryodhan. Now he is saying Ananta Vijayam Raja Yudhishthira. So that Raja because you like, this Raja because it is the right thing, and this Raja Ananta Vijaya. So he did not run to his guru and started blabbering. Here he blew the conch, which was indicating never getting defeated. That kind of Ananta Vijayam Raj. And he was who? Kunti Putraha Yudhishthira. You said no, Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. Huh? Pandus, don't think that he is just the son of your younger brother who died in a young age. No, 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 no. And that too, that Pandu also, right from childhood, he was not well and all very weak. You think like that, but he was Kunti's Putra also, not just Pandu's Putra. So you can't just take him for granted. Why? What was Kunti's greatness? So many things are there. The name Kunti itself is Kunta means very sharp intellect. That is Kunti. So the one with very sharp intellect, very buddhiman, such a Kunti's son. Second, Kunti also was a great devotee of the Lord. She was the Lord's aunt. So that great Kunti's putra he is. So don't take him for granted. Third, Kunti had a great ability of forbearing the inconvenient or the discomfort in life. She had that ability to forbear, that great attribute which not many people have. So he can go through worse of situations. But if you go beyond limits of dharma, he can also show you. So he will take all nonsense from you silently. But if you transgress dharma, he will not let you be. So such Kunti's putra he is. Kunti putra. And you say that Pandava, because Pandu is no more. Now only, the sons, orphaned children. No, Kunti Putra, Kunti is still there. Their mother is still there. So an elder in the family is there. You can't say that, oh, nobody is there. So, poor, no poor. What first thing is that Rishikesha, Madhava, Bhagwan is with them, and he is Kunti Putra. Yudhishthira word itself is so beautiful. Hmm. A comparative thing also, Dhritarashtra, Rashtram, Dhritam Yena. Dhritarashtra, the one who is holding on to his chair and position, although he is not fit for it, still he is holding on. Duryodhana, Yuddha, to uh, fight the war, but in all wrong ways, wrong means, wrong reasons, just out of selfishness, just out of arrogance. uh, Duryodhana. And here, Yudhi Sthiraha becomes Yudhishthira, the one who is steady in battle. No, steady in battle all the time, they won't fight. No, he used to be steady in battle all the time. Oh, and he was Ananta Vijaya. He was ever undefeatable. In which battle? Battle with the senses, battle with the mind, battle with desires, battle with all these negativities. He was Yudhi Sthiraha. He never ran away from the battlefield. He never compromised his position. He said, this is the right thing to do. I shall do it. That is Yudhishthira. So his name, his mother's name, his Shankar's name, all these things qualify the word Raja. So this Raja Yudhishthira, he blew his conch named Ananta Vijay. And so now Pandavas, three brothers over. Now two more. Nakula Sahadeva. Sughosha was one conch and Mani Pushpaka was the other conch. So Nakula had Sughosha and Sahadeva had Mani Pushpaka. These two also blew their conches which had names. Sughosha, Mani Pushpaka. So all these, and the this only description of the five brothers and Sri Krishna. And you were, Duryodhan was expecting only these five will come, and he knew that Krishna also was there with them, but he was not going to fight. He was not going to fight, but he had his conch. He could always blow. He stood by the Pandavas. So the five Pandavas, every brother, which conch he had, what was its name, and they all blew. This description, why would anybody describe if it was an ordinary thing? This was significant. That is why Sanjaya, because he was very, very, adept in communication. He knew exactly how to communicate. So his choice of words were all very, very consciously done. So Nakula Sahadevascha Sughosha Mani Pushpako. Acha. Over? That's all? No. See the build up. Acha. Then what else? काश्यश्च परमेश्वासः शिखण्डी च महारथः धृष्टद्युम्नो विराटश्च सात्यकिश्चापराजितः द्रुपदो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्वशः पृथिवीपते सौभद्रश्च महाबाहुः शङ्खान् दध्मुः पृथक् पृथक् पृथक पृथक separately shankhan dadmuhu, they blew their conches. Pruthak pruthak, separately, means each individual blew their conch. Who all? Kashyascha parameshwasaha. Earlier there was Kashi Raja. He said, Duryodhan also had mentioned Kashi Raja. Kashi Rajascha Viryavan. So here Kashyascha parameshwasaha. He was a great archer. Ishwasaha. Ishwasa means dhanu, dhanushya. and Parameshwasaha, a great archer. Shikhandi cha Maharatha, there was Shikhandi also. He was also a great warrior. So he was also there. Drishtadhyumna, Drishtadhyumna, all these names have come before, so we are not repeating. So Drishtadhyumna also, Drupada's son, who was born to kill Dronacharya. Viratascha, Virata Raja, this name also has come before. He was the one who protected and gave shelter to the Pandavas for the 1 year of incognito. Satyakischa aparajitah, and Satyaki, this warrior, it was impossible to defeat him. He was a great warrior of the Yadavas. He was a great warrior in Sri Krishna's army. Although Sri Krishna had given his army to the Kauravas, to Duryodhan, he said, nobody can force me to fight against dharma. I am not going to fight for the Kauravas. He walked out and he joined the Pandavas army. And he was one of the 10 survivors after the war. Only 10 people survived, of which 7 were in the Pandava side and 3 were in the Kaurava side. And of those 10, Satyaki was one of them. So he was a great warrior, aparajita, nobody could defeat him. That's what survivors are all about. Drupadaha, Drupada, we have seen before. Draupadeyaha, all the sons of Draupadi. Draupadeyahascha. All these people, and if you see in these, we find Shikhandi born to kill Bhishma. Drishtadyumna born to kill Drona. And all others, great warriors who can kill so many of the other Kaurava army generals. So each and every name was significant. He said, these people, they all took their conches and they blew it separately. They did not outsource it to the orchestra. And shuru karo. Aisa nahi. Everyone joined themselves. Personal involvement means they had scores to settle with your son and his so-called army. So this connotation, we have to see this drift in Sanjay's communication also. So Shankham Dadmuhu Prathak Prathak, all of them blew their conches separately. Acha. Now this next verse, we'll read the verse and then we'll see the contrast. Saghosho dhartarashtranam hridayani vyadarayat nabhascha prithivim chaiva tumulo vyanunadayan. Saghoshaha, when everybody blew their conches, and he did not describe other instruments were being played and all. He did not feel the need of describing all that. He said so many people separately, individually, personally participated in this war cry in the response to what Bhishma started and the entire Kaurava army followed. In response to that, all these people individually participated, and this whole sound, this reverberation that was created, Saghoshaha, that reverberation, what happened to that? Dhartarashtranam hridayani vyadarayat. It tore apart the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. And this is being narrated to Dhritarashtra. Dhartarashtranam hridayani vyadarayat. फाड़ रख दिया उनके हृदय को, टुकड़े टुकड़े कर दिए उनके हृदय के. Just what this is the Saghosho Dhartarashtranam. Earlier it was a deafening noise. Here It tore apart the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Not only that, Nabhascha Prithivim Chaiva. Even the skies and the earth started trembling because of this noise. Tumulo Vyanunadayan. That was the impact of the war cry of the Pandavas. The Kaurava side also there was a lot of noise. It was deafening. For some time they could not hear each other speaking. That's all. But when Pandavas responded, the sounds really tore apart the hearts of all the Kaurava army, especially the sons of Dhritarashtra, and the entire space and the earth started shaking and trembling due to that noise. Now, if somebody asks, where was Sanjaya's heart? It was certainly not in the side where it is torn apart. It is on the side which tears apart. See the description, see the contrast. So, see, when we say, when Vedavyasji wanted to give vision to Dhritarashtra, he refused. Then Vedavyasji gave it to Sanjaya. No, without reason. And such a great sage, why would he give it to a driver? Huh? So he was not just a driver. He was not just an assistant. He was not just a friend. He was also a well-wisher and he was a thinker. He was a righteous person. He was an independent thinker, not under the influence of somebody who is paying him wages. And that's the reason. And Sanjaya, that is why his divine vision was very, very fruitful. He had gone already as an emissary of, compromise or, somehow some kind of deal to struck some kind of, to the Pandavas. He went representing Kauravas. And very unjust demands he presented, but his heart was not there, but he did his job. He had seen what transpired there in the court. And then when Bhagwan came, he knew what was happening. So he knew ins and outs of everything. He knew the hearts of everybody. And here, with this divine ability that Vedavyasji had bestowed upon him, he could even read the thoughts. He could even listen to conversations which were not apparent. And that's the reason he very beautifully portrays this picture. So in this description itself, we find that Duryodhan is not an important part of Mahabharat war. The hero is here. Where Sri Krishna is, that is the hero. And it is not Arjuna independently also. That is Madhava of Pandavaschaiva. It was because of Sri Krishna there. And why was Krishna there? Because Arjuna chose me. So, as for Bhagwan is totally democratic. He does not impose himself upon us. Yeah, okay. You don't need me? Okay, I am waiting. If you want me, you call me. I'll come. It is said even when they were playing the game of dice, Bhagwan was just waiting outside, figuratively. He was just waiting. That as soon as Yudhishthir calls, I'll go in. I'll help him out. I will make sure that he doesn't lose. But Yudhishthir did not want, he had this thing of, I have this weakness and I don't want to let Krishna know about it. We also sometimes, when we have weaknesses, we don't go in front of Bhagwan. Out of weaknesses, what is why should we go to Bhagwan? We are already good. Gurudev used to say, sick people need hospitals, not the healthy one. No, once my mind is peaceful, then I will go to the temple. But it is only when it is agitated that I need the temple. After that also we can go, there's no harm. But when do we need it? We need the most when we are sick. So Yudhishthir did not want him to know. So he hid, he tried himself. Whatever he tried, he was losing, lost everything. And that too twice. But Draupadi, she also tried a little bit. But she was more intelligent. She knew that by my strength, this is not going to happen. Unlike her husbands, she knew very well that I have to call onto the Lord only. She, as soon as she remembered him, he was there. So he was there waiting. Just call me, I'm there. And as soon as he comes into our life, we become the hero. Till that time, we are we are pitiable. For every little thing, we are crying, complaining, cribbing. Uh, Every small little changes in life also we are not able to manage. We are not able to deal with within ourselves, around ourselves. But when Bhagavan comes, the whole perspective changes. We become strong from within, and that was the difference. This entire, the Sanjaya, the way he totally describes and builds it up, and the effect of that sound itself. Now nothing has begun. Even now, Bhagavad Gita is far away. The real essence and the teaching of Gita is far away. That will start in the second chapter. But as far as this aspect of the way Sanjaya brings this out, don't take it for granted, Rajan. And already it has been 10 days. The results are seen now. It is not going to last for very long now. But still, so he's giving this description, this detailed account, and that is why, see, Kima Kurvata, we had seen that it was not a foolish question. That people with the desire to fight, when they assemble in the battlefield, what did they do? This is a foolish question. What did they do? They fought. But what did they do means give me a detailed account of what happened there. I want to know every detail of it. And that every detail here, and what detail do we remember more? That we have observed more. So he has observed the Pandava side more. His heart was with Bhagwan. So the way this entire description, we should just put this aside, close our eyes, and just go through that entire visual of this war, and that description of the sound from that side, from just the visual, just we sit down and visualize as per the words of the Gita. We will find what impact it has on our heart. So this was one part of the description. Now a new channel begins. Now he has started with the Pandava section. Kaurava section was over in just 10, 11 verses. Now Pandava section has started, and that too now slowly there will be more and more description and this thing about it. So we will see that next class, right? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.